Hey everybody, Adam here for True North Wilds with my unboxing of the mystery tackle box for the month of May. For those unfamiliar, I live in Manitoba, Canada, and so walleye is our main fish here. So I sign up for the walleye box. It's always a little bit interesting to see what they consider walleye lures. These come from the States, and their fishing techniques and methods and lures are a little bit different sometimes down there, so it's always interesting to see sort of what I get, how it compares to fishing for walleye around here and sort of what I'm used to using. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and we'll see how they did this month. Right off the bat, I am liking what I see. So as usual, you always get a little bit of terminal tackle, hooks, snaps, things like that. So I got some Daiichi worm hooks, some wide gap hooks, always useful, but nothing particularly special. I've got a variety of items here. So the first one that I'm looking at here is a Lunker Hunt Hatch Spin 1 ounce weighted lure. So this is pretty interesting. I kind of like the look of this. It's got the nice yellow perch sort of color, and it looks like a lipless crankbait as far as what the action is going to be, sort of a diving. Probably it's got a rattle in it, but what's interesting about this, and my dogs will agree, is that has got some weight to it. So that's going to dive fast, and it's got this blade on the back end. Most other lures, most other lipless cranks similar to this will have the hook on the front, and usually this will be another treble hook. I haven't seen one quite in this design, so that's pretty interesting. It's got some good weight to it, and it's a fairly small lure for the weight. So this will drop down to the bottom really quickly. It doesn't rattle, but I am guessing that this blade, when you yank it up, the blade's going to be creating all kinds of turbulence there, and as it sinks, that blade's going to be floating up behind it and making some flash. So that'll be pretty good, I think. Definitely no complaints there. Oh wow, so we have the Wild Fang series. Wild Fang, and these are some plastic worms, which are very bright blue and quite long, actually. We've got 8.5 inches on these worms, so that makes these the longest plastic that I have, believe it or not. Wow, these are really cool. So these are like a deep, the plastic itself is almost black or like a charcoal gray, and then it's got these really deep blue speckles in it. So that's a really nice color. This long flat tail, and it actually ends, I don't know if you can see it there, the tail itself is flat, but then the tail ends, it switches the direction of the flatness, and it ends in sort of a paddle tail here. And then the front, of course, you got your typical worm pattern there. So this, very interesting. I will definitely hook this up for walleye. It's the right size to go after the big ones, especially dropping it down on the bottom where those big females are sitting, and just really cool color. I really like that. I'm going to be giving that a shot for sure. So some more worms. Buddha Bait Company. It's got a little fat Buddha sitting in a boat there. That's kind of cool. So again, this is sort of your typical worm. I've got a few similar to this. Not quite exactly this design. It's got a bit of a different tail design. It's got a little gap in the plastic there, probably to create some specific action in the water. And then it's sort of just your basic worm. This is about looks like a 6-inch worm. So again, pretty much can always use plastics like that. No complaints there. Alright, getting into some more of the good stuff here. Lucky Craft USA. We have a Slim Shad in pearl threadfin color. So this looks like your typical diving crankbait. It doesn't say how deep it dives on the container. And it doesn't say it on the bait, but judging by the size of that lip, I'm gonna guess that that is a pretty deep diver. I'm probably looking at 8 to 12 feet if I was to guess. It's unfortunate that it doesn't really say. I'll look that up online later. But it's sort of your typical shad coloration, so I've got a few similar to that, not quite the exact same. This is probably a deeper diving one than the ones I have that are similar colors, so might get some use out of that. Definitely appropriate walleye lure. And then Yo-Zuri special color. So I think these special colors, I'm not positive, but I think, and it might even tell me here before I give you wrong information. It doesn't tell me here, but from what I've read, Mystery Tackle Box actually gets some exclusive colors from some of these manufacturers in exchange, obviously, for including them. They get, you know, the advertising and everything. Obviously, it's quite worth it for them. So when this says special color on it, I'm not sure if that means it's one of the exclusive colors or if this is just a special color that you'd find anywhere else. I don't know for sure. I hope that this is a special color that is exclusive to the Mystery Tackle Box. It just makes it kind of more cool. But anyway, I digress. So this is a 3DS minnow suspending. It's a 2 3/4 inch, and it dives to, doesn't say what it dives to again, but it is a suspending. So let's open this up here, take a look. I don't imagine that this dives very deep, because if I can ever get this out of the cardboard, I will show you. Because it has a very tiny little bill there. So I'm imagining that this is most likely going to be like your 1 to 3 feet of dive depth. It's got sort of a very steep angle of lip here, which is something that I don't see a lot, which is going to give it that real darting down sort of action, and it's only going to go to, like I said, probably about 1 to 3 feet, I'm guessing, and then it suspends. So whatever you get it down to, it's going to suspend there, and then this steep angle is going to give a really nice action. That pause, Walleye will hit that for sure. So, and bass probably will hit this for sure. Pike, I can guarantee will hit this. So it's a pretty cool lure. I actually really like that. I don't have anything that's quite like that with that steep bill sort of design, and it's fairly squared off too. I don't know if you can see it. It's fairly squared off, it's fairly steep. The color on this is excellent, nice and bright. The purple around here for walleye and for smallmouth bass, purple, especially around this time of year, is a very solid color to use. And then the neon with a splash of orange, the neon green, that's always a hit. I mean, any time of year, that color's gonna be a hit. So I really like this pattern of purple on top and then the neon on the bottom. I'm looking forward to trying that. I'm looking forward to seeing how the action on this works with that steep bill and that sort of shallow diving. It's gonna be interesting. I like that. And then to wrap it up, as usual, we get a sticker with whatever the logo is for the month. I'm not sure who this guy is. Last month it was the KVD guy. This month it's this fish on a boat thing. I really haven't looked too much into what their different like mascots and stuff are, so I'm not too sure what that is, but getting stickers is always fun either way. We've got the Dibble Digest, which is their little magazine that they include in the box. I really like these because, unlike most other anything that you're going to get, it's very light on the advertisements. It's actually just, it's only 10 pages, but it's 10 pages of actual articles for the most part. And I read the last couple that I've got in the last couple boxes. They're pretty useful articles. I actually tend to learn something from these, so I really appreciate that they include a little magazine that has useful information rather than just a whole bunch of advertisements for all these other manufacturers that they're including in here. So, they could very easily just have a booklet full of advertisements for all the different companies that are included in the box. They don't do that, which I really appreciate. So, Dibble Digest, got a bunch of articles in here that I will be reading. And then lastly, of course, as always, you get your card that tells you the retail value of everything in the box. For myself, this doesn't help me a whole lot because the difference in price between the States and Canada is it can be pretty significant. They can vary quite a lot, so this isn't super useful to me, but it at least gives me a rough idea of the overall value of the box. I've compared these cards before and matched up the pricing in Canadian dollars compared to what I pay for the boxes, and I have yet to get undervalued. I always get more value than what I've actually put into it, so no complaints there. So that is this month's box. I gotta say, this is the best one that I've got yet. This was everything that I've gotten in this box I can actually use for walleye around here. Unlike previous boxes where they were still pretty good, it's just that whether it's just the odd one or two things or the last box was pretty much all kind of iffy as far as whether it'd be useful for walleye. This one I feel is actually going to be completely useful. I don't think there's anything in this box that I wouldn't use for walleye. So that said, I'm going to take these onto the water for our canoe trip, which we're going on in a couple days. I'm going to actually put this stuff to the test. We're going into a great walleye fishing spot. If I can't catch walleye on these lures, probably not going to catch walleye anywhere else on them, so it'll be a really good test for them. Make sure you hit that button underneath, subscribe, and watch for that future video. It'll be up. We're leaving in a couple days from the date that this video is posted, and we'll do the testing from there, show off everything I got, try it out. We're going to be doing some fun fishing challenges as well, the winner of which at the end of the fishing trip will win a 3-month subscription to Mystery Tackle Box, courtesy of True North Wilds. So you won't want to miss that. Maybe we'll get some more unboxer videos from the winner of the fishing challenges. Either way, it's going to be a good time. So keep an eye out, and we'll see you outside.